Hey, good morning. Well, just need my breakfast, but decided I would just hurry up and do a quick video on my final assessment of Kingdom Guard. Okay, this is not a game. It is a game disguised into a screen tapping type of game for money making. A business, which most games are a business, but this has actually gone way too far in so many ways. And for those that are in denial with things that developers aren't controlling and moderating this game, or being on Discord and encouraging play, you've been duped. And so you're embarrassed to say so, or you're too darn high, or too drunk, or whatever it is, or just too damn stupid to actually notice and see what's going on. So yesterday, it is so nice to be out of it, and the way it happened couldn't be any more perfect. It was like just proving my whole point about games like that are actually just designed around money. I mean, the game itself has a system. I don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe it's praying for something. This game itself actually has a Make-A-Wish, right, in the event right now. And subliminally for those, right, it's just like, what? You're using Make-A-Wish to actually act like, oh, it's fine to spend money, whatever. So, let's see. I don't have the account on my main phone anymore. I actually was just like done with screen recording on it in any way. And I doubt I'm going to keep. I was going to go, man, I really want to delve in and to just go check all these games. But if you're stupid enough to spend money on a game for ego and thinking that it's a game you're playing out of skill and there's some secret to it for a screen tap and money type of game, go ahead. Just go. Just shut off the channel and take off, or shut off the video and take off, because there's no point of listening to this video because, and let's see, I might have took it off already of this phone. Oh, grab this other gamer phone, like I said before, if you watch any of my videos. Get off of that phone. I must have been just relieved. My final phone that was actually hiding up in my room, just collecting coins. There it is. We are going to play the Pro Kingdom Guard. For all you pro players that are dominant and playing against rich people that got money, right? Here you go. Now, trust me, I don't care. If you're dumb enough, you got money and you're dumb enough to spend time in this. Has nothing to do with money. Just for ego and to run a server, I really want to see it. And, hopefully that you are totally offended and be like, hey man, I'm top guy on this server. I've spent money, and look, here's my Lamborghini, here's my mansion, and I'm just bored as heck. Great. Okay. But I'm sorry. Well, I got a double surprises. We got to spend money. Spend money right off the bat, getting in. They kick you out of the area. Like I said, if you stay on this, you could actually earn 50 mil a day of coin, not even playing. AFP. That's why you have a gamer phone. 50 mil coins a day. No plundering necessary. None of that stuff. Pretty easy. Like I said, I was 900,000 power, which ain't much in 3 weeks of just doing little tiny things. I spent more time with the drama in the game, especially with the lines, if you haven't seen any of those videos. It was crazy. So we're just going to assess the fact if you really want to play this game. And it's just you're going to be like, oh, it's just fun, it's entertainment, this and that. It doesn't entertain you for very long, I'll tell you, because all of a sudden you start finding it repetitious. And that's why these guys got to pop on Discord and start doing all the other things. Okay, so, is this really skillful? I don't see gamers sitting back with their screen and playing a game with skills of techniques. It's just not going to happen. You just see simple little things to how to do this and how to do that, how to get their stuff up, which is just, if you can't figure that out, don't be playing these games. I'll tell you that right now. So man, look, they're going to reward me with a bunch of stuff, so I actually feel like I'm getting something. I'm getting my value of money, right? So, first, my opinion was unbiased about a lot of things, and is trying to just support the business of this game and the developers that actually developed this game. They actually say, hey, get your money's worth, this and that. But when it's set up as bad as it is, it's just, especially the server I was on, S508, I really was so delved into the paying attention to it. I started to pop to the other servers and realized this server really is trash. When I started, other people started talking to me about, oh, I'm on this server and it's like this server is, and I see why. I mean, now the best part about that server was pot. It was hilarious. They had a potato farm. They actually had it advertised, the whole fact that they're actually farming their own second accounts and collecting coins from them, which is a very simple process of the game. That was funnier. I mean, I was entertained if you haven't saw that video and stuff. But I wanted to show you guys the Make-A-Wish thing, which is hilarious to me, in a way. And it's a rose on this game. So for some reason on this phone, it's set up a little different than all my other phones. And I don't know if because it's an older system and they just... so, right here. It's going to be Make-A-Wish. Now it's all backwards and stuff. And prize amount. You make a wish. It's just so odd. So, final assessment to the game. If you want to deal with crackheads and people that are really, really lonely in some areas, and you want entertainment to mess with a bunch of people, I mean, during the whole gameplay, with the no, KNOW, Night Owls or something like that, I think is what it was. With this alliance, when it was with the old leader when I joined it, it was actually just fun, entertainment, gameplay. When it switched to the new leader, Greg, it turned into this ego obsession, which was like, it wasn't fun anymore or play game. You could see this resentment against other alliances, but he had to kiss their butt because he wasn't strong enough to defeat them. And then bullying the tactics of a player like myself, which was funny, is just like, in the way he said things in game. If you haven't saw that video, it's very entertaining. I mean, like I said, these videos are uncut. I don't have time to do all this. I got my taxes to do today, which suck. But, oh well. So, if you're going to play screen tapping games and you really want to be competitive and really think you're going to be top notch, go ahead. Why not come into the character transfer, right? So why is there a character transfer? Think about it. It's easy for a developer to program into a player if they lose control of let's say one of their moderators in there and need to control the server. They could actually pull one of their guys off another server if they're not in there, they let it go and just wipe it out or do what they need to, go in there and kind of over control it. And that's where I believed what happened when I was on server 5. I'm trying to think of I think it was 541. So now, I said, I've done tons of video. I have tons that aren't even online and showing that. I'm showing all the stuff. But for you that think, now this is a conspiracy theory still, you're still indulged in this game and think you're competing against, and you are competing against other, man, I hate to use the word because they always say when you call someone it, because I was dumb myself, I guess, in delving into this game thinking that, and you're always hoping for the best. No, that's not true, especially if you get suckered into dropping thousands of dollars into this game. You're actually going to be like, oh, no, there's no way. So, you have a character transfer, right? So, the program of the game will easily allow any character from any server to be thrown into that server. And that's what happens, I think, like I said, because as I jumped into a server, and, as I go into characters, you can jump in, right? And you could create, and you could go into any of the servers. But what's funny is none of these servers are actually advertised. None of them. So they're not like, hey, this server is opening if you want to jump into a new server, because they need to get a head start somehow or some way, or maybe it's just, people are like, oh, no. Like, people think, oh, well, you're smoking it up or drinking it up. You're like, oh, no, people are like, okay, well, you've been suckered, dude. You spent $100, $1,000, whatever in the game. I'm actually playing the game as we speak. Oh, man, I got a new stage. Oh, it disappeared already. I got a new stage. I'm moving without even tapping or doing anything so far. So anyways, There's so much involved in this whole aspect. So I was checking every half hour of when this, and now you got to shut down the game. So if you want that to re-pop up, like to actually be right on top of everything, you have to actually just close the game and come back in it. Log in, log out. Basically, that's all it does. Okay. That will reset it, sir. If that server is new and up, you'll see it. It'll be available. If you don't do that, you can actually, it may take a while for you to rotate through the server in a way. You know, I don't want to delve into the whole aspect of how detailed that needs to go. But that's the way it works. So I'm actually going to take a bite of my cereal, my oatmeal. That's all I have every morning. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm hungry, and man, I got my coffee here and everything. I got my, and now these are all the phones that are built. These are the phones that I was playing with on Kingdom Guard, just to test out a lot of things and really mess with a lot of people. So, for those that are really serious and really oh my gosh, it's too funny. The communication in that game is hilarious. Okay, so we're back to normal, okay? So then you could jump in, go into your character, right? And click on the character, and then you're going to hit the create, and then you're going to see 557, right? So, which is weird. No, you're going to look at the top. They're actually recommended 557 because it probably didn't get enough people on it. There's 561 is going to be the newest server, okay? You can create a new character on it. So, when I woke up, reset, 8 o'clock, nothing, no server up. About 8:30, I popped back in the game, and the server popped up. And let's see if I have that on this account. 538, I started one there. 541. Yes, 541 was the one. And this is, I got my Billy character on it. So, it's funny to me, especially those that act like, some people hide behind it, as they say, is they're hiding behind it, and they actually all pretend like, oh, well, you got another account. They all have accounts they're plundering and stuff. But the ones that I love, like I said, when, I don't even know how you say, Owl is whatever his name for the leader of Pot, Ultimate. Man, kudos to you. That's fun. That's entertaining. You want to spend time doing this game and really mess with it, and I bet you got tons of time in this game. Players like that with that type of power and stuff, he's got the decent amount of power where it looks at like you can easily not be a dev and be that where he's at. For anyone else, you got to think of, so like I said, if you jump into that character and create a character, so I jumped in, S541, I think it was. Still not sure because I've done so much crap on this stupid game. And you jump in, you're going to find yourself with someone already building a fortress and already up. That's exactly what I found. Someone up, 9 people strong in the fortress, already going to town. And I was like, well, some, people know, jump on a new server. Let's get in a new server, a group of people. Not hard to do. Not hard to do at all. They're already... Fortress got up really quick and they just start building, so if the server wasn't up at 8 to me, and then I got in at 8:30, and then their fortress was finished being built at basically 10:30, right? So go ahead, do the math of that with 9 players. So they get a head start, or it's just, like I messed up, right? It's easier to say that way. So don't really need that to see that. So, Why do this research of this stuff, and why delve into like I have detailed? Is to just help people snap out of it. It's the whole aspect of like, hey, dude, you're being suckered into it. But I don't think people care. I mean, most people are being suckered into a lot of stuff in life, and they don't care. They just are going by, and they're just going, and like, who cares? They're just going, having fun, and this and that, and end up in the end of their life, and they're just like bitter old men or bitter old women, either way. Or bitter non-gender, whatever. Gotta be correct on everything. Whatever. For anyone who wants to be bitter in the end, that's fine. So, anyways, as I jumped in there, suddenly, out of the blue, you gotta mind you, I'm constantly checking the server rankings, where our powers stand, where they stand. So no matter what, whether you're in an alliance or not, you pop up in this server ranking. So I'm checking this, I'm monitoring this from multiple accounts, multiple stuff, and checking. And then I just like, all right, well, nothing's, and I'm starting to build pretty fast. And then they start trying, I'm building at a Dragoness. They already had a Dragoness, so I started building that towards a Dragoness when I was here and just, beat them to it. They realized that, oh, well, this dude's building fast, right? And I'm like, let's just start throwing some money in the game. See what happens. See if I could get some of the conspiracy type mental ideas of if you spend a little money, they're going to target you. Right? So you spend a little money, they're going to target you because you spent money on the game. So you're the easy guy. It's like someone that goes into a bar and buys a beer. And then the other person that goes into a bar and asks for a glass of water. Okay? So, who's going to make the most money? The guy drinking. And especially if they have a designated driver of the person with water, they're definitely going to target that guy and feed him full of beer like crazy. Socialize with him, make him feel like he's all that and everything. It's a business. That's where we do it. This is a business. And it's gone really, really far with it, especially with the developers, as controlling as it is in-game. Open your eyes and you will see it. I mean, for the guys that are high-end, top guys, why do they spend such little time on this server? They're jumping on other servers like crazy, and you're rich, and you really have the time to go and jump from server to server to server instead of just playing the game and being entertained on one? And especially with the overpowering, because if you don't overpower that much, you can't control the server, So, with server transfer, right? If you want to transfer a character, you can. So that's in game. Right? Character transfer. And all you do is you hit this. And this will give you the prices. And then you could just transfer a server. Paying. It will go to your payment method. And you could transfer your character to a server. This is in game so the developers can actually throw in a character as they did against me on the S541, I think it was. Guy pops in. It's already massive power. It's like 50 mil power when everybody else was sitting at 16 mil and we were all just average, because it's basically, it can only go so fast. Even if you're spending money, it can only go so fast. And then suddenly you had this magic skin power that I always ask people about, and the devs will always pretend like, well, no, you do this, it's always a little spending money here and that, when it's suddenly like his character is already designed, but then after a little bit he starts dropping in money as if acting like he's spending all this money, and then he's communicating a little bit with me, right off the bat, and he's actually got just a oddball name of just that, and just like he didn't know the details of the game at all, he's just like pretending like, oh, skin power, I don't know what, I don't know where I got it, Oh, is it from your frame? Yeah, it must be from my frame. Is it from your castle? Oh, mate, Really? So suddenly in the ranking systems, he was there, top notch of the server. Because if someone pops in there, you get enough people to pop in a server, go ahead, do it. For all you pot guys that aren't, I'll jump on one server. Start going crazy. You're going to find someone that's going to surpass you no matter how good you are. And if they don't, they're just going to basically eventually allow it because you guys are playing it and do whatever, and then boom. But I doubt it. I think it's, like I said, it is what it is. And every server's the same. You got hundreds of billions of power on other servers. And now, I don't know how long this game has been out. And there are some, especially the devs will start talking about, I ended up in a United Alliance, which basically I just call the Dev Discord. And they start talking about, feeding. It's just like, you got to be careful with toxic players, this and that. They'll wipe out the servers, blah, 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 blah. This is it. So if a server's not making money, why have it? If it's become to the point where they can't really control it, let's say it's just making a couple thousand a month, they're just going to wipe it out. hopefully that the people that are spending money in that server will move to another one, you know. So it's all monitored. I mean, you think it's like they just let it go, just like the game play itself out? I mean, it's a business. If you ran the business, wouldn't you? It's almost like, me in my shop, monitoring what's going on in my shop with the cars and stuff and just going, it don't matter, you know. Customers, they come in, I'll just try to pretend that I put a part on and didn't. And, there's so many ways you could do business and be tricky with it. And that's what this game is to me. And that's probably what bugs me about it now. It's just kind of like backed off to where I don't have to play the role of, obsessive. Because at the end, I was just showing them as what they're doing to others in the game is just a constant conversation. If the game's flowing, you don't need the communication that you have and the constant drama. I mean, the reason was I attacked a pot player, and so I end up, and then I left there, no, and well, I got kicked because I was disorderly conduct or something. Like he lied to the other Kiev, the Alliance, which even talking about it now just sounds weird, but that's life. That's the wackos we have. A dude that dropped $1,000 into the game and just has got an ego, a chip on his shoulder, and a power grudge. And all those that laugh about it and everything and that are playing the game, it's all. I mean, you could go in this server and you're gonna find the same people talking in Kingdom chat all the time, and I actually had to shut off all my notifications when I joined Discord. The whole thing. I mean, they have a Discord channel for communication, but it's all social bullcrap. Oh wow, Bob with no is in the Kingdom chat. Really? Go figure. All the same guys. So now they actually have that where they're actually talking about you're only allowed to talk. The rules are basically put and said. It's entertaining. I don't know why I find it entertaining how serious these guys are making this game, as if this is some massive pro-type difficult game. You got time. You can play it and have fun with it. If you want to. You want to deal with crap. It's always the same people in Kingdom chat, and the Kingdom's pretty big, which is very, very entertaining to me. So, 6 accounts, I think, or maybe 8, I think is what I had on server 508. It's pretty easy to go in and just be, see the weirdness. Dudes, it's a game. Play the game, man. Don't let the game play you. And if you think you're better than someone on this game, good. And you can play this game better, great. And you got some secret that allows people to get better on this game, amazing. Truly. Just, I would love to see your actual time spent in this game. I'd like to see your life. If you actually got a life, how's it affecting your life? How are you able to continue to keep going? Are you living off the state or parents or just, your company that doesn't realize that you've got an ego? Maybe that's me. Well, but, I do have an ego at times. I think we all do. And that's what suckers you into this game, right? Is that you think, oh, you're competing against other players. And even then, it's like, I'm not going to throw away money on a non-skillful game. It's not, there's no joystick of doing a cool slide or doing this or doing things or strategically placing your character or doing this. I mean, I was thinking, I'll just pop right next to, Greg while they're doing the lava hawk and just hit his castle and pop out. Wow, that's really difficult. You know, you could find moves. I mean, especially for someone that's overpowered to try to hit me and he couldn't. That just shows you how stupid the game. I mean, he actually worked with the other alliance, actually kicked me out of the alliance at the same time because he didn't want me to know about it to attack me. When he's got like twice the power, how cowardly, how weird. And to basically say what you said, I would hate if my kids were teenagers still and they got a guy like this in game playing against them. And look, I try to get my boys to end up, hey, jump on this game and let's do some research on this a little bit more with me. Help me. Like, no, it's okay. I love the fact that they listened to me with even like Pokemon Go when we started and played that game. Just played that game up till about 3 months ago, you know. And I just would delve in it here and there. I've spent probably $1,000 into that game over the years, though, of just entertain it. And that's with giving stuff for my boys, buying them coins, and my wife and stuff. And I just simply said, look, time is money. So if I'd rather be running out of time, speaking of time with this video, I'd rather be spending the money instead of wasting time on my shop. Even like this, a half hour, there's money gone down the drain. So, and that's why I tell them. So $1,000 actually saved me probably $6,000 of time in the shop that you're going to put into it. And it was great entertainment for the things. I like the whole aspect of getting around with locals and going out going out and actually doing stuff. With this game, it's just not there. It doesn't need Discord. You know, Pokemon Go needed Discord. This game doesn't need Discord. Unless you're obsessed in the whole fact you are dropping money, so you got to get your money's worth. If you could distract and keep the conversations going with everybody, you can. So if you've been duped, I'm sorry, man. Sorry you dropped thousands of dollars into a game to compete against people that are also dropping thousands of dollars just to basically, hey, I'm having fun. But yet, the stress is seen, man. The multiple emails constantly, especially now with Kiev, I think they're actually having fun and just playing the game. But no, dude, chill out, Greg. It's really, really sad. I'm out.